Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Prehistoric Kingdom speed build. My name is Leaf, and thank you guys again so much for joining me here again today. Now, I really do hope all of you guys enjoyed the last video I put out regarding Prehistoric Kingdom. In that one, we basically took a little walk around the park and started to plan some stuff out. And immediately I threw all those plans out because I came up with like such a crazy idea and I just wanted to see it through. So I don't know what came to me with this build, but I was like, I want to make like a drive-in cinema. And for some reason, I was crazy enough to do it. So one of the things I wanted to get off right off the bat was like the cars. And of course I wanted to have some like 50s style cars, and it turned out okay. Like they aren't the best looking things, obviously, because we don't have flexi color, but I think I managed like making them look good enough in the end. So that's honestly something to cheer about. And again, they're kind of like strewn throughout the entire habitat, kind of like, oh, this is like, that one drive-through theater in Fallout 4, like one of the first locations that you need to like go to the settlement for. So that's essentially what my main inspiration was. And so here I am just bringing the car over to the guests as a way to scale it. Sorry about that. And yeah, basically just trying to make it as much of a car as I can. Now, unfortunately, I am no Rudy Renkimmel, so I'm not good enough to make entire trailers and stuff like that, let alone like pose them. But needless to say, I think this comes out kind of well, especially because they aren't even the focal point of the build. That'll come like sooner, like further down the line. But essentially over here, I just try and like make it look as car-like as possible. So unfortunately, it's just like pitch black cars with some like windows and a little bit of like, the convertible top, I guess is what you could call it. In the end, I think it comes out really nice, and that's a reason to celebrate. So here I am. It's just a black and white car. It's nothing too crazy, but once we actually get these in the habitat, they're gonna look really good. So I haven't even said what dinosaur this is for. So I was actually just drawing in my notes. This is how it kind of came to be. And I was like, I go through Pinterest and I'm like, oh, let's see some like abandoned structures, and I don't know where it came up, but it was a drive-through theater sign. And I was like, you know what? This is an insane concept for me to run with. So I did it. I was crazy enough to do it, and like the marquee has to be one of my favorite parts of this, and we'll see more when we get there, and you guys probably like already saw in the thumbnail already, but here we are back on like the asphalt, just throwing down cars all over the place. And yeah, we're doing a little bit of like trying to make it look a lot more taken over by the land. So I do a lot of these rocks, a lot of like these branches and stuff, essentially just try and like make a nice little place for our REXY'S to kind of walk about. And I especially love like flattening the rocks too. Once you flatten the rocks, they turn into completely different pieces, and I love that about them. It's just really fun to build with them. So I actually do put a few like cars around where like the guests would be. And yeah, I think that'd be fun for like guests to like climb into the cars. They're like old cars anyway, so it'd be kind of like a nice photo op. I did a little bit of viewing area up there. I didn't really flesh it out too much just because that'll be like further down the line. But here we go. We're gonna put in our REXY'S, and at this point, we start to notice some problems with this entire exhibit. So you'll start to see going on forward with like the speed build once I think once I actually get this the projector screen, yeah, that's what I should call it. Once I actually get this in there, we start to see the guests start to come in, and they go right into the habitat with like all the REXY'S. So that's something really horrible to see, but thank God, like, it's sandbox essentially. I mean, we still have like an economy, quote unquote, but All in all, in the end, we get the guests out of there. Reloading your save gets rid of like all the guests and restarts them at the entrance. So that's honestly like a blessing for this build right here. So here I am just getting like the big projection screen all ready to go. And I love how this came out. I start to dress it up with like the, I'm not sure what you would call it, but like those panels, yeah. They came out so well. And I could have gone into like a little bit more detail with that. Like it's always in these speed builds I like go into mad retrospective. But all in all, like I'm so happy with how it came out. It looks absolutely beautiful in the end. And I have it look a little bit more decrepit, and I throw some ivy on it, and it looks so beautiful, you guys. And there we go. We can start to see like the main shape of it take place, and I do a few panels thrown about, and yep, there you see. Like the guests remind me of ants in this game. I don't know why, but they literally seem like ants. The way that they move, and the way that like if you go into like a sky view or something, they start to just like go wild, and I love to see it, honestly. So here we go with getting to like more world building and stuff. The way that I thought about this, I thought like, yeah, it's cool as like a rundown thing, but imagine like if they actually do like they screen Jurassic Park on that or something on like a Friday night, and you show up and you get to watch it and there's a T-Rex standing right there, right in front of you. I thought that'd be really cool. So I do like some of the concrete columns, like the circular ones, as like a as kind of like a drop-down screen. So when they actually do show that, they would be able to play that over there. And here we go into the marquee, which I already said is my favorite part. This speed build is actually going really quickly. It took me around like 3 or 4 hours, but yeah. So I had the idea of like, oh, it'd be really cool to have like, you know, the Jurassic Park names on the marquee or something like that, but I wanted to do a little homage to our good friends who gave us this game, essentially. So I throw a bunch of the dev names on there. Mal, Vic, Byron, who did the music, Nathan, MH6, who I always see in the in the Discord. So I do throw all of you guys in there. I know I skipped a few of you. I'm really sorry if I did, but I'll make sure you guys show up in like some other episodes. I just wanted to get this in here. And here we go, starting to work on it. And I just love how the text works in this game. It's like, we have such a simple font, but it like screams volumes. I like can't really explain too well, but it just feels so good. And here we are. I have 3 parts of this. I have like the REXY as like the name of whoever made this. I have drive-in theater, or drive-in. Yeah, drive-in is just what it is. And yeah, the now playing right behind that too. So I just love how beautiful this came out. It looked like this piece right here, the black metal whatever horizontal lines. It worked so perfectly for this, and I'm so happy that it did. This build was like certainly out of the ordinary, and I'm so happy it turned out so well. And I hope you guys like it too. Like, of course, if you're in the comments right now, just like let me know what your favorite part about this is, or like what you're hoping to see next. Just because, like, I don't know, I love the out of the box ideas. So if you guys can give me like some hardballs, that'd be awesome. So, yeah, we're just going through and putting in the names, and we actually do put in times for these as well, so it looks like, oh yeah, now it's showing Mao, now it's showing Nathan at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, yada yada yada. And I put the PK logo, oh my god, logo in the bottom right there, just because it just fits really well. And I'm like, why the hell haven't I used that one yet? So I just throw it in there. And yeah, here we go. Just like, we actually reuse the the screen. Structure? Yeah. Support, yeah. Words, work, yes. We reuse that for the marquee, so it actually looks like it's being held on to something. And here we are doing a little bit of rock work. The rest of the habitat, I'll admit, I'm not really too inspired by it. It's like, I already blew my creative load on basically the theming of it, and once I actually reached the foliage, I was like, now what? Like, what do I do now? So I actually do put some guest facilities in there. I didn't know the guests can actually use the facilities. Like, I just saw them go into the clothing shop the other day, and like, I was like, wow, I didn't even know that was in the game. And of course, we need to throw down some water, just because, you know, it wouldn't be a tropical build for dinosaurs without some water. And I kind of lost my foliage, no, the texturing mojo recently. Just like, look at how badly I'm doing with this. But I dressed it up with the foliage brush so it looks, oh my, you guys, I don't know how all of you guys don't like make fun of me for like how I say words now, just because I'm losing it at this point. But the foliage brush, yeah, it covers it up really nicely. That's what I was saying. But yeah, dude, like, I am so happy with how this turned out. And we're getting to the point where I start to do a lot more, like, hand-placed foliage work, and you'll see, like, where I really shine with that. Just because I love, like, I don't know, I love the story building in this. I love, like, setting up these scenes, and I think it came out really well. So yeah, just dressing it up, like, I love the scrubland textures. They look really nice with, like, the clay, the rock, the dirt. It's all so good for, like, those little areas there. And here we are in the final part of the speed build. We're just about to enter the cinematics, but you can see me start to detail the little parking lot with a bunch of, like, overgrown vines and bushes and whatnot, and I start to put some ivy right onto the, oh my god, I keep on forgetting the word, the billboard or whatever. But yeah, and we start to, like, have grass grow out of the pavement and the concrete. Alright, yeah, but awesome, yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching this. This is certainly, like, one of my favorite builds. Like, without a doubt, this was really fun to make. And it was really fun to, like, it was such a challenge for the most part. But I managed to make it all work in the end. So I'm really happy you guys, like, came around to this one. If you liked it, do remember to comment, like, maybe even subscribe. As of recording, we just passed, like, 800. So thank you guys so much for that. If you're new here, thank you so much. Welcome. I'm not really the best community dad, but, you know, I try my best. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Take care.